Hello there, Sir from 17 once again, bringing you Chapter 2 in my Killzone 3 Elite Difficulty video walkthrough. And this level's called Phyrrus Evac. And the first thing you're going to see when you start this level is it's a lovely on-rails section. And you have control over an assault rifle, well, a Gatling gun and a rocket/grenade launcher. And the first thing you will see a difference here is you don't have crosshairs for either, and that's just because it's on Elite and that's how the game plays out. And the first thing I will say about these sections is the on-rail sections have two settings. The settings are on complete opposite junctures of each other. They're complete and utter polar opposites. On the one hand, which is this one, they are pretty easy. You will get shot, you will get hit, but you take a surprisingly high amount of damage. Your screen will fill with blood a lot and you'll still not be any closer to dying than what you were before. Don't take advantage of this though, because there's no point in, letting people shoot you. You want to try and get past it as quickly as you can, and to do that you just have to shoot the people that the guy tells you to shoot, the people that turn up, and just pay attention to where you've been shot from. And that is one setting to the on-rail section. The second setting is the complete and utter opposite. It is just pure fluent death. Fluent, broken, bullshit death. And what that is, there's a speeder section coming up later on that makes me think of, Return of the Jedi. There's also a space battle coming up later on, which is even worse. And then the very final second of the game, where you do the final action, is incredibly bad as well. And what those moments are is you have to shoot a set amount of targets on a rail section. You have maybe 10 seconds to do it. If you don't do it, you might as well press restart because you're going to die every time. And you do the same thing every time, and for whatever reason, one time you'll do it, another time you won't. It's complete and utter bullshit. It's like flipping a coin. It's bad. It's awful, and when we get there we will have fun, I assure you. But this one here, enjoy it. This is probably one of the more balanced sections, one of the more heavily tested ones, and it's enjoyable. And all you have to do is blush it up. It's pretty simple. Simple stuff. And you'll notice that it can be a little difficult to see where the enemies are, purely because everything looks so damn nice in this game. You can't see the forest from the trees. But as soon as these dudes show up in these armoured vehicles, make sure you shoot them. This is probably the first part where you can die, because they will beat tits off you if you're not careful. So just pummel them, be careful not to overheat your guns, and you'll actually get a trophy for destroying them all. Every single one that attacks you if you can do it. And I didn't do it the first time, but I do it in the recording run. I just trimmed it out because it pops during the cutscene. But if you're a trophy whore, which is something I don't think I've ever said, then this is definitely a section you should be paying attention on. It's not too challenging as long as you know they're coming. And what will happen is, there's a little break, and you'll be tempted to turn back to face where the convoy's going. Don't do that, because a bunch more come from behind, and the turn ratio on this, unless you have very high sensitivity, is a pain in the arse. So you'll see, I'm like, turn around, and there I go, I'm back on target. But if you stay looking behind you, you'll see these guys, and they shouldn't give you any more trouble, so you can just keep shooting them, keep hammering them. And the first section to the Phyrrus Evac is pretty simple. And oh, sorry, the trophy pops then, so I have left it in. My bad. But when you get here, this is when it quietens down once again, and we can carry on. And this part here, it looks like you're probably going to die and you're probably in trouble, but what you have to bear in mind is the game is on rails, so it travels at this set speed every single time you try it. And if that tank could kill you before you go behind that cover and come back out and kill it, then the game would be broken, because there is nothing you can do in that moment. You physically can't shoot enough damage on that tank to kill it, and you can't make the convoy move any faster to get out of the way of its cannons. So, thank your lucky stars that somebody actually fucking tested that, as opposed to the ones coming up where nobody tested. Because how they make it in a game is just beyond me. But this section's interesting because you get shot from two different sides, and you get lit up pretty quickly, so make sure you kill all the priority targets, the gunners and so on. And just be aware as you can. They do blend in, everything looks a fucking like, because it's all dusty, but you can tell which direction you've been shot from via the direction of blood on your screen, so use it to your advantage. And when you go into this section here, there's a ton of dudes to your left that can be sometimes difficult to see, so make sure you focus on them. And straight ahead of me now there's some guys on turrets, but you can't see because of all the smoke. Yes, the particle effects look nice, they make it look epic, but they're also a pain in the ass when you're trying to precision shoot. So just be aware of that. But once you've done that section, you get to push onwards. And you'll notice a lot of the chapters in this game, especially the early ones, are all about evacuation, they're all about getting the hell off. And the reason for this is because this carries on directly from the end of Killzone 2, where that's pretty much, you'd killed the leader, and now it was time to run. But we're back out now, we're back on our feet. And this section coming up is pretty interesting, because you'll watch this. When I'm coming through these doors, the dude on the turret starts shooting me before I'm even at the door. Look at that. How much bullshit was that? You can very easily die on a section like that, so be very careful. And this moment here, the metal flanks of this turret do offer you some protection, but because it's on elite, the AI's aim is so good, you will probably have difficulties if you stay on the turret too long when you're getting nailed. So it's just about intelligently using your surroundings. If you start getting beat up, get off the turret as quickly as you can and crouch behind it. If you're confident you can kill the guy who is lighting you up, then do that, that will work also. And just be aware that when the barrel goes red, it means it's overheating. You know, it's pretty arbitrary stuff if you're a first person, you know, avid gamer, but some people don't know this and some people need to be told. And when you come through here, you're going to get introduced to the snipers. And I don't know what it is with the snipers, but sometimes they will one-shot kill you, and other times they'll shoot you 3 times and you won't die. It's really weird. So the best thing I will say is, you see the laser aiming at you, make sure you're not, you know, in its way, and kill the dude it belongs to, and that is what you should be doing. And on this section, it's all about snipers, and you're going to pick up this sniper rifle here, which I'm trying to look across here, see if I can see that dude, because there's a guy on the building with a sniper, there's also a guy on the bridge in front of me who's going to shoot you with his assault rifle. And for whatever reason, the assault rifle guy is the biggest threat here, because the sniper takes his time to aim. The assault rifle guy has perfect aim, and he'll just shoot your face off. So, one thing to note as well, the sniper rifle is generally a 1-bullet kill on any part of the body, but it does have an ambient sway, especially at the start of your aim. So there are times when you will have the aimer bang on a guy, and when you fire, the bullet will not go where it's supposed to go. And it makes you look like a retard, it'll also frustrate you, and it'll probably get you killed, because it did me. But this section's not too bad. You've just got to be careful, because obviously snipers are always a threat, and if there's anybody else hanging around, they can injure you, the sniper can finish you off, and it just results in you having a pretty bad day. But when you climb up here, there's a sniper rifle up here that will enable you to do this section if you didn't pick one up, because the first time I played I didn't pick it up because I'm not the biggest fan of the sniper rifles on Killzone 2, because the 6-axis picked up how much your hands were moving, and it actually shook the scope. So it made you had to like prop it on your leg to fire it accurately, unless you had really steady hands. And my hands can fluctuate from being really steady to shaking like some guy with Parkinson's. So never a good thing when it comes to aiming a sniper rifle. But on this section, if you ignore the ground troops and you shoot only the snipers, you'll probably have the most success, because he tells you not to shoot the ground troops. It's just I'm impatient and I like shooting people, so I aim at the dudes on the ground and take out a few of them. And I think at the first part of this you have to, before the snipers spawn, but as soon as he shouts, that's when it's your turn to take over. And right now, I wouldn't have missed that if I'd have been scoped in, but I've forgot to do it. The game's telling me to do it, it's just I'm so in the zone right now that I'm completely ignoring it. And the moral of that story is always zoom with the sniper. It makes it so much more accurate, it makes it so the bullets actually go where you aim, and it takes away the fact that the idle sway on the sniper rifle when you first aim is a bit of a pain in the dick. So just clean up some dudes. As soon as he shouts sniper again, he'll tell you exactly where the snipers are, and you just have to deal with them. There's another one directly across from me. I miss another shot because I'm not zooming in like a moron. I managed to clean him up with that one. Yeah, the sniper rifle on this game definitely takes some getting used to, but if you can, it'll definitely be useful, and I would advise you to carry it if you can as a third weapon slot, because it's one of those guns that when you get some distance you can really cause some havoc with it. And there's another dude over there, you see him in cover, I managed to clean him up. Luckily enough, the snipers are pretty stationary, so if you can get them early, they don't move that much and you can take them out before they aim at you. But there's another one over there, you'll see his aim, and there's another one just to my right. And I can't see him. Can he see me? He can see me, and look right there. I get shot, but it doesn't kill me. And there are times when I've been shot and it instantly killed me, so it's all about getting lucky with the snipers and hoping that they don't have the best aim. And hoping that your sniper rifle does, because for some reason it's just fucking missing that dude, which sucks, but clean him up. I know there's one to my left here, so just use the concrete and the rebar as cover, and eke your way out and pop him as quickly as you can. Did that get him? No, that missed him. That one missed as well. Oh no, that one hit. But as soon as you kill all the snipers, it'll tell you to finish off the ground troops, but there's a couple on my right now before we have to do that. And how am I going to figure out to zoom? There we go. Actually figured out the bloody zoom mechanic instead of being a moron. And you'll notice significantly easier to use when you do use the zoom, so you have been warned. If you want to challenge yourself extra more and become, you know, like a sniper extraordinaire, then don't use the zoom. And now you just have to clean up these dudes down there. And be careful when you throw grenades here, because for whatever reason this building's super tall, so the grenades don't throw anything like what you think they would. And it just looks hilarious. Watch this. What is that? How heavy are these grenades? It's like throwing a meteorite. Unbelievable. But when you clean them all up, they can then destroy the arc cannon or whatever it's called. And the secondaries on this game, man, they sound meaty, they look like they should be good, but they just suck so bad. The Magnum's the worst. Don't go anywhere near that Magnum. It's failed me more times than anything in the game. The submachine gun's pretty good if you can get that. The triple barrel shotgun's okay, I guess. I'm not the biggest fan, but that's the end of the first part of the Phyrrus Evac, guys. Thanks for watching. You take care now.